You're listening to the Decentralized Talk Podcast, your crypto connection.
Decentralized Talk. Decentralized Talk.
All right, guys. Welcome to another outstanding episode of the Decentralized Talk Podcast. This is the best crypto podcast you have never heard of. Or maybe you have heard of us, and I appreciate you coming back. This is the place we're going to break down crypto happenings, general bullshit, and events influencing the crypto markets. We're continuing to grow our audience every single week. We really appreciate everybody out there. I don't know what else we can do to reach out to you guys, but whatever we've been doing so far has been working, and we appreciate you guys. Click on the subscribe buttons. Subscribe on your favorite platform, whether it's iTunes, iHeart, Google Music, or Spotify. Pretty much anywhere on the internet you can find music or podcasts. We're there, and we're developing a presence. We've got a YouTube channel. Check out the YouTube channel. Leave comments on YouTube. We don't do a whole lot with it. There's not a video element to this at this point. But feel free to check it out. As always, our massively popular 3-on-3 fast break segment is coming at you live with Cashberry Coin, Arbitrage, which is a coin or token, and Ice Rock Mining. We're going to do a coin spotlight today and a little bit of a deep dive on True USD, which is a stable coin you might be interested in. Decent. This is, as always, not investing advice. This is just our opinion. So please do your own research when investing in cryptocurrencies. Alrighty, guys. Now moving on to our very first segment of the day, we're going to talk about terrible investment advice and how you can avoid it. This is very important. There's a lot of people that are getting what is colloquially referred to as rekt in the crypto space right now. And we want to help you avoid that. We want our decentralized folks, we want the decent out there to make good investment decisions. A lot of times we stay top line, but these are the things. Look, we're just going to break it down from like a real perspective. These are the things that you can do to avoid making the stupid decisions. I'm not going to say, so this is always, as always say, it's not investing advice. But this is definitely advice that has existed and is a kind of tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast.
It's advice about investing. It's not investing advice.
Right. Yeah, that's a great way to explain that. This is advice about investing.
It's probably more advice about not investing.
Yeah, no,
I would say,
isn't it?
just legally, I would probably say it's investing opinions.
No, I don't think it's a legal thing. It's just a
Yeah. We're just playing with words now.
It's
We're not
investing.
advising
It's
people
investing
to invest in anything.
It's investing spelt with a Z.
so it's cooler. Investing on your credit cards,
Or with credit in general. Is just
okay.
a
So
bad idea.
So let's talk about that, because there's a lot of people who decided when Bitcoin was around 16,000 in the early part of 2018 that it was going to the freaking moon.
Little did they know it was already there.
Well, I mean, I think it started too before it even skyrocketed. Like, as it was going to that $16,000 mark, you hear all these stories about people getting loans and cashing in that time frame, and paying them back and making money off of it And I think that's kind of where this all stemmed from, to the point where those stories led people to think that they could do the same thing at that level.
Yeah, and I think that the audacity was the thing that really struck me at that time period. I remember on Twitter it was really popular. People would say things like, "Who the fuck are these banks to tell me what I can and cannot do with my own damn money?" And I just at first, like, the libertarian in me was like, "Yeah, man, who the fuck are these banks, man, telling you what you can do with your borrowed money?" Well, okay, so actually, no, it's not your money; it's the bank's money. It's a loan. That's what a credit card is. It's a loan, and that's why some people have a credit score of 790, and some people have a credit score of 410, and that's why their credit allowances from the bank are commensurate with those scores. You got a track record for being wise with your money, or you don't. The money's not yours. It's on credit. Or do you guys disagree?
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, definitely the money's not yours. So you should spend someone else's money wisely. And investing, now, investing is a very wise decision to do. You want to invest. Definitely. Everybody wants to invest. Everybody should invest in something. But the problem with investing is that there's always an inherent risk, always, especially when you're talking about something like cryptocurrency, where there's like no fundamental analysis you can do. There's just so many factors that make it like extremely, extremely risky. So to invest on a high risk investment with capital or with money that's not yours is just plain not smart. You're playing with fire there, and I think sometimes it could pay off. So people that got in August and got a credit card and used that to buy Bitcoin and then sold it in December and doubled their profit or tripled it or something like that, that's cool. It paid off. But there's such a small percentage of people that's going to work for. And I think there's probably a greater number of people that bought when it was 16 to 20,000 and now are wondering how they're going to pay this credit card bill because they bought at the top.
And really, just to be clear, I think when you take a real big macro look at the next 10 years in crypto, I think even the people that bought at 16 and 20, if you just don't sell it, again, this is not my investing advice for you. This is just my personal, this is the way I envision this. This thing is, it's not going to zero. It's just obviously not going to zero Bitcoin. Now, I don't know about your personal shitcoin that you invested in that had a real fast transaction speed, and promised that it was going to be it was going to solve the problem of trying to engage in commerce so you could buy groceries or furniture with it. That's the same, and it was revolutionary, by the way.
The problem is the people that can hold on to that loan for 5 years aren't the people that are taking loans to invest in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The people that are taking a loan to invest in Bitcoin are the people that are expecting to see that 50% gain in the next 6 months so they can pay off their loan and take their profits.
Yep.
That's why it's a poor investment.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a great point. And I think me and Heston were talking about this here before the show. There are so many people that did that.
You can't, I mean, with any investment, you should never approach it as a get-rich scheme.
There was that guy that sold his house, apparently. Did you see
Yeah.
that big article about that? That was at a pretty high point, I feel like.
I read about that. Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. There's a lot of people that have just been completely destroyed. And I think a lot of people went through the same route. Is like they took on a loan or they put up way more than they could afford to lose, put it into Bitcoin. Bitcoin started dropping, and then we're like, oh, I can make all these profits through the altcoins. So they took all their Bitcoin, put it into altcoins, and then the alts just got demolished. And they went from switching from one alt to the next and to the next. And then before they know it, I mean, they're like 90% underwater. And that poor guy put up his house and now it's nothing. I mean, it's like worth shit. I feel bad. I feel bad for all the people that got wrecked. I mean, I got wrecked too. Everybody that was invested in alts and didn't take the profits, yeah, they all got wrecked because the stuff was completely overvalued. But in the moment, it's really hard to realize that because it's like it just keeps going up. Then, you know, how it's difficult to decide when it's gone up so much that you should probably take your profits.
That's the craziest part to me, is that I don't feel like these people were stupid. I don't at all. In fact, I think I felt the same way as them. I thought, like everybody else, man, this thing is going to be, people were saying crazy shit like $500,000, $100,000 of Bitcoin. And it seemed like this was the moment where it was really going to reach its kind of equilibrium point. And that point was going to be some massive number. And if you could just get on board, you'd be there. Now, luckily, at the time, I was broke. So I didn't have the opportunity to invest that much, or what I consider to be broke. I didn't have the opportunity to put that kind of money into Bitcoin, and
So you didn't. And you didn't take out a loan.
I didn't. Yeah, well, yeah.
Same here. I mean, I feel like I'm in a pretty similar boat. I invested some, but I'm not a wealthy person. I did not, what I lost wasn't that much, and I didn't take out anything more than I could
guess
afford
the
to
name
lose.
of the game, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, at this point, I still haven't. I mean, I'm not even down that much, to be completely honest with you.
Right. I'm
minimal.
about flattish right now.
I'm down a couple of nice dinners right now. That's about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I really like a tasty dinner right now.
Mm-hmm.
I could
My
go for a couple of tasty steaks.
Yeah.
Or and Hesto could go for a couple tasty, like
Portobello mushroom steaks.
tofurkeys. No, he doesn't eat mushrooms.
Tofu.
You don't eat mushrooms either.
yeah, I do.
You eat mushrooms? I thought you told me you thought they were gross.
I mean, well, I wouldn't say
He
they're
doesn't
gross.
like
but
them.
I'm not a big fan of mushrooms, but it's not like I'm against them.
Have you seen what they do to mushrooms?
It's
Do
disgusting.
you see where mushrooms come from?
Really, it's cruel how they treat mushrooms in our
Oh,
day.
they grow them in poop? That's awful. It's awful.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is all that poop came from the cattle industry.
I grow
guess I'm
my
assuming-
mushrooms organically.
Out of my own poop, damn it.
They're all from my poop only. I make sure of that. A
A lot of those mushrooms are growing like inside the gut tract, and they flower.
What?
I even take extra probiotics just to make sure they flower in there. So my
Yeah,
boo-boo really smells like roses. Okay, what were we saying?
So stupid investment advice.
Yes, stupid. Okay, I do want to point out, like, my view on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin hasn't changed. It really hasn't changed. How I see it now, I still see Bitcoin hitting the numbers that John McAfee was saying, and that, the hundreds of thousands. I still see that. I definitely still see that. Now, I think it's probably a good 5-10 years out from that.
You find McAfee to be a trustworthy source?
I don't know if trustworthy is the right.
Would you consider
right
him
word.
to be unhackable?
No, nothing's unhackable. No, nothing is unhackable. I would say nothing is unhackable. But I would say don't look to John McAfee for advice. Any advice that he's going to give, you got to take with a grain of salt. But you should look at him as someone that understands security, and being that he understands security, he should understand the security blockchain technologies. And so like I think you should look at John McAfee as somebody that understands the space, but don't look at him for advice as for price necessarily. Like this coin's going to moon or Bitcoin's going to be 500,000. I don't think you should necessarily look at him for advice for that kind of stuff.
I always see him as a market manipulator. I think he is, because he's got the security background. He's definitely got his hand in the cookie jar. There was a big saying about the 49ers were named after the gold rush, and those guys that went up there, everybody like many thousands of people went to California for the gold rush. And what ended up happening is some of them got rich. A very few of them got rich. Almost all of them left broke. But the people who consistently in all these different gold rush scenarios along on the West Coast, the families that really made the most money and legacy were all the families of the people who sold pickaxes and they sold shovels, because when you came and you showed up for your gold mining, you got a shovel and you bought it, and then when your ass was left and you didn't find anything, you sold it back to the store and they bought it at a discount, sold it to the next guy. So it's for John McAfee, he's in like the best position to pump crypto. He can just pump it all damn day long, and he wins when crypto wins, even if he's not invested in a currency, because of the position he's at in the market, if that makes sense.
Definitely. No, I think you bring up a good point. And I think that's one of the things that goes along with bad investing ideas, is where you're getting your advice from. I would say 90% of the time, if you see an ad on YouTube for some kind of cryptocurrency, it's a bad idea. Because the people that are going to have the good advice, they're not going to have ads. They're just not. At least I haven't seen one that gives actual good advice and is running an ad. The ads I can remember are BitConnect, the Craig Wright things, those kind of ads, or the sign up for my coaching course where I teach you what cryptocurrencies to invest in. Those things, they're all, I won't call them scams necessarily, but they're just not going to help you in the long run. You really, when you're looking for advice on like what to invest in, first of all, never take the price into account. That should be the last thing that you're looking at. You should be looking at the fundamentals of the company. Now with crypto, it's really hard, but when you're looking for advice of what to invest in, you're going to have to look at a bunch of sources, and that's just the space that you're in. When you're talking about stocks, man, there's so much information on them that you can go to one source and you can find out everything you need to know. Well, with cryptos, there's all kinds of different information coming from all these different sources, so it's hard to know what's going to give you the best advice. So you have to go to all the sources and really learn about the cryptocurrency that you're thinking of, and then at the end of the day, it's going to be your decision if you think that cryptocurrency is going to go up in value in the short or long term. But you never want to rely on one source of information when it comes to investing in anything, let alone a cryptocurrency, because there's just so much bad information you'll get out there. And I just really can't stress enough the price, how little of importance that is when you're talking about investing. If you're Googling blah 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 coin price predictions, you're on the wrong track. You don't need to be Googling stuff like that.
8 out of 10 of those are just some guy who's leveraged heavy in that coin. They're trying to move you one way.
You want to be reading.
You can Google the team and read those and check those articles out to find ideas.
Absolutely.
But you don't want to base your ultimate decision on like, this website said it's going to be $3.89. It's only at 2 cents right now. This is definitely one I should invest in. You don't want to base your decision off that, your final decision. You want to look into the team. You want to look into like how much competition they have. Like, is this specific use case, is it actually going to work, or are they just sticking blockchain on it just to like stick that name on it.
First of all, the website said it was going to change the world.
Well,
And
I mean, if it says it's going to change the world, then you know it's going to change the world. So you should definitely invest in anything that says it's going to change the world, because those are facts. You know, it can't be on the internet if it's not a fact. I read that somewhere.
I think it was on the internet.
Yeah, you're right.
So
You're
full
right.
circle.
Exactly.
So it must be a fact. All right, let's play a game. This is something that Prater posted here. Stupid investment decision avoidance method from the Money Monkey. So hat tip the Money Monkey. We'll play the game. I'll read the question, and you guys tell me whether or not this is good investing advice. All right. So we start out here at the beginning of the flow chart. You have an amazing investment idea. I'm going to say Zenfin. Or, yeah, I'll go with Zenfin. I don't care. I still have a lot of
Easy,
Zenfin.
John McAfee.
Any three, I would say like any 3-on-3. Any 3-on-3 we've covered.
Yeah, I think I bought Zenfin after I did a 3-on-3 on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record,
No, it was right before, actually. It was before we recorded, because I remember you said you bought a guap.
I think I bought 2 guaps actually, and
That's a lot
now
of
I'm
fucking
actually,
guaps.
now I feel like a fucking guap because I fucking lost all my shit.
Now you don't even have enough money for guac.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. So starting off with the flow chart. So first question. Let's do this. Then you guys think about your 3-on-3 fast break for today. Have you thought about the investment for more than 24 hours?
No.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So then Prater would move down the chart, and Hesto would move to do not make this investment.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. Have you thought about how the investment could fail or succeed?
Yeah.
I guess I'm already out, but if
Yeah.
I would have thought about this for 24 hours, yes, I would. Yeah, I would definitely think about that.
All
I'm
right.
thinking about that right now.
All right. If the answer is no, you fall in do not make this investment. Have you sought out alternative viewpoints on the investment?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you making this investment based on any recent news?
No.
No.
You shall pass. Okay. So this is actually where they kind of flipped it around. Are others investing in it because it's the next big thing?
I don't think anyone's investing in this. So, no.
I'd like to find out, where the fuck is that question? Has no one heard of this before? Is this coin nothing?
But yes, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't think anyone thinks that what I'm my 3-on-3 is the next thing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thinks it'd be the next big thing, but people might think you could get some returns from it.
That sounds like sound.
I see the
sounds
point.
like a sound.
I see the point there.
Yeah, I think Prater, I think you nailed it. That's a sound investment mentality.
I mean, will I buy mine? Probably not. I mean, I'd have to see a lot more from it before I did.
Whoa!
It's
Save
like
something for your second dance.
Yeah.
You show it all. You give it all away on the first dance, and nobody wants to tip you.
So, I mean, if you run down those questions you asked,
Obviously, you haven't seen my moves, Tater.
I've seen them.
Nobody's tipping me on the first dance or the last dance.
No, they're kicking you out. That's
Yeah,
I think
instantly.
yeah, sir. Put your clothes back on and get out. We told you last weekend. It's not allowed here.
You're blinding the people.
So pale.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So look, okay. So if you run through those questions you're asking,
They're blind.
so if you run through those questions, that kind of those are all right there. Those questions will tell you right there is if it's a bad investment technique or it's a bad investment. Like you should always 24 hours.
No, I don't
24 hours. I don't know. Got to be thinking it more than a day.
Yeah, I don't know that it's saying specifically that it's a bad investment. I don't think, but I think what it's trying to say is
what you're investing in is not necessarily bad.
You're not ready to make that.
Yes.
You're not ready to pull the trigger on this.
So it's like, so what did we learn? Always at least, with any major decision, you should sleep on it. You should give it 24 hours. And an investment
is
a
hot coin, bro. This shit's about to blow up tonight.
Well, if it's going to blow up, then it'll still be there tomorrow. So you can't chase it. You can't chase
but by tomorrow it'll have already blown up, and then
okay.
I'll miss it.
Well, then you missed it. There'll be another one. And that's really how you need to view it. That's really how you need to view it. Patience, exactly.
And what was it?
Or just put in enough that you're willing to lose. Know that if you're going to invest in something like that, you're not really investing.
You're gambling.
You're gambling.
Right.
And consider it a slot machine. If you're going to do that, how much are you willing to put in that you pull one arm down on that slot machine and it's gone?
That's a really great analogy. Yeah. I've never seen it like that, but you're totally right.
Buffett said Warren Buffett said that the stock market is a mechanism by which money is transferred from impatient people to patient people.
It's a great quote. That is a great quote, and it's true. It's true. Like if you really think so, say you found the next big coin, right? And you really believe that it is going to be the next big coin. It's going to be huge, and it's so undervalued. You can't believe that anybody, like not everybody has bought this. Okay, if it's that good, then it's still going to be there tomorrow, or it's still going to be there next week. Give it a good point, more than 24 hours. 24 hours is a minimum that you need to be thinking about an investment, and because it is a big decision. Even if you're throwing in $5, it's still. You wouldn't just burn your $5 right now, because if you go in blind, that's what you're doing. And while we're on Warren Buffett quotes,
see, I'm a gambler though. I'd throw the $5 in.
Well, yeah, I guess it does.
I'd be like,
that's a good point though. Is everybody has their own what do they call it? Risk advert?
Would it just be the $5 for me? I wouldn't,
Yeah. So,
so that's a really good question. Just before you get into your Buffett quote, let me ask you guys this.
I was like dying to say it. Now I can't even remember it.
What was it? Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. That's my favorite quote.
Is that Warren
Buffett quote?
I don't believe that's a Warren Buffett quote.
That sounds like Jordan Belfort.
I don't even know who that is.
Jordan the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, I thought that's who you were going to say.
Oh, by the way, did you guys hear what he had to say about crypto? He's not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
He thinks it's a huge scam. Like the biggest scam of all time, he said. He said, get out immediately. Get out as soon as you can. Even if you've lost everything, get the hell out. He was like, coming from a scammer, it's a scam. It's a huge scam. Everyone, run. Yeah, that's like almost verbatim what he said. He was like really, really against Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, anything like that. He's a big fan of blockchain, but he doesn't know anything about it. You could tell. But he kind of just mirrored that mainstream media little thing, like blockchain's here to stay, but Bitcoin, yeah. I did not like his little speech on Bitcoin.
Well, you can't be, it's just like anything. You can't be emotional.
Well, you can't be right all the time. He was right with the
I've pretty much
tennis stocks.
I've been right for, it's just like 30 something years going now. 34 years.
I'm a lefty, so I don't know about that. Oh, Warren Buffett. So another Warren Buffett quote that's my favorite is it goes along with our episode here about bad investing and stuff. So you want to be greedy when others are fearful, and you want to be fearful when others are greedy.
Mm.
So when Bitcoin was 16,000, that's when everybody's greedy. You can obviously tell that. Holy crap, it's jumped up like I remember back in like November, December time, I would look at the chart in the morning and look in the afternoon, and it'd be up like $3,000 in like a day.
Oh yeah.
And like that's when everybody's greedy. If you see crazy movement like that then you should be fearful, because what happens next? What's exactly happening right now? And it's the same thing when everybody's fearful, like right now. Nobody really knows if cryptocurrency is going to be a thing. People are questioning if Bitcoin's a scam. Everybody's just saying, look, it was a bubble and now it's heading all the way back down. Like that's just what's going to happen. And so everybody's fearful of it. It's probably a time that you should look into getting into something. And I mean, from a personal standpoint, you can't look anywhere but Bitcoin at the time. For the time being, it's really hard to look anywhere but Bitcoin. But this episode's not about that. It's about bad investing.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that is important, and that draws towards where do you put your money? Do you put your money once you identify that? So let's just say you're in the market, you're knee deep, and you identify all of a sudden you start looking around, you start doing more research, you start checking Twitter, and you're checking telegrams, and you're talking to your friends and family, and it's just like, oh man, this is turning into something, just like you said, to identify it like Buffett. This is, everybody's getting super greedy. This is the point where people are trying to gobble this up, and it's so easy that everybody's giving you investment advice, and it looks damn good because it's like, just buy something,
Juicy. I remember when you could buy in December, you could buy an altcoin and just sell it the next day, and you'd get profit.
Oh yeah,
it didn't matter what coin. It's like it could be called shitcoin. Yeah, and the S was a dollar sign.
Fraud coin.
Yeah, it could be called fraud coin. Fraud coin
tripled.
It probably went up 800% in like 6 hours. I remember, man, the good old days.
The good old days.
So the good old days when you watch your shit go up 800% and then don't take profits.
So how do you take profits? Do you take profits by cashing it out into USD, or do you cash it out into a stable coin? And a stable coin, much like the stable coin in our coin focus. And that brings us to our coin focus of the day, and we're talking about True USD. Trader, you pick True USD.
Let me start by saying, I think whenever you do invest, to kind of answer your last question there,
yeah,
as part of the transition.
Yeah, was that hypothetical? Because you kind of didn't let us answer.
Yeah, you always invest with a plan. So if you want a plan to take profits, then you utilize your plan. You make a plan before you invest, and then you do your research. You make a plan. You plan for when you want to take profits, if you want to take profits, or if you want to hold it for however. But always make your own plan, do your research, figure out what your plan is going to be, and execute it. Don't trade on emotion and invest on emotion.
And if you plan to fail, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Ooh, look at that. Prater, that was perfect. That was elegant. Sounded that every piece of advice there was a great piece of advice. But I think what we saw this past year, I think what we saw is like a lot of people investing on hype, and they had little to no experience in investing at all. Yeah. And when you jump into a high risk investment like cryptocurrency with no investing experience, what are you going to do? You're going to jump in, it's going to go up, you're going to say, hell yeah, I knew I was right, and then it's going to drop all the way back down. And that's exactly what we're seeing. But if you don't have any experience and you don't really know what you're doing and you're just kind of chasing the hype, then you don't have a plan. And so when it went up, you didn't cash out because you didn't have a number in mind where you were going to cash out. So
Yeah, just imagine if you had been able to move. Just imagine what you'd be able to do if you had the foresight somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000 Bitcoin to have just moved it into a stable coin.
Yeah, or just cashed it out. Either way.
Well, I mean, I would say keep it in crypto. I would have kept it in crypto, but you could have kept it. You could have kept it in crypto and still kept all your. You could have kept all your profits, but and plus you wouldn't have to. At the time, I think taxes was a lot more iffy. Now I think it's more obvious what they're doing with taxes and trying to tax crypto and crypto gains, but at the time, I don't know. It was kind of free for all. It was like fuck taxes.
Well,
who am I paying taxes to?
Is a lot like Tether, except for where it's backed by the U.S. dollar 1-to-1. The only difference really is that they don't claim to hold the U.S. dollars in a 1-to-1 ratio. They are legally partnered with banks and fiduciary institutions that hold the U.S. dollars in escrow. That's basically the only difference.
I don't trust anybody with the word douche in their name.
Few things I want to address there. First,
especially not Fed.
Nice segue, Prater. Nice segue. Taking it right into that true USD. And then at least you didn't ask a question and then go into the segue. So I like to point that out. That was good. But one issue that I do have with your response and your explanation of true USD, you said that's basically the only difference. There are multiple differences, sir.
Oh, that's the only difference I know. It's the only one that matters.
That was the main difference. But it's also so Tether is based on the Bitcoin blockchain. Well, true USD is an ERC20 token, so it's
that's also true.
I don't like any of these things.
This one, I like it better. Okay, so they have mandatory audits, official audits, unlike Tether. That's the big issue that everybody has with Tether, right?
They're public audits?
Public, yes, and they even have a quarterly.
Yeah, but I mean, what does your audit say? That's like okay, yeah, we did an audit and we don't have 1-to-1 dollars.
The banks have them somewhere.
Well, okay. What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, if they're doing it quarterly, it won't get to the amount of like, oh my God, so many people are going to be like killed by this because we don't have the money, and it just.
I'm sorry. Have you seen It's a Wonderful Life? This is It's a Wonderful Life. Where you like, Sam, where's your wings? You fucking.
That must not have been the TV version.
I put all my money in USD, true USD, Sam. Well,
okay, so all right.
Well,
I don't even know where to go from there. I don't even know where to.
I mean,
Jimmy, do your own research.
Every time a true USD dollar gets printed, an angel loses his wings.
Oh,
printed. Not printed.
All right, I've
seen that movie in its entirety probably once, and I've seen like 20 minutes of it every Christmas since I was born.
No, what's that one that plays on some channel all day long on Christmas?
The Christmas Story?
Yeah, that's a good one though. That's a good one.
No, that's the racist one.
The Christmas Story? What's
Scrooge?
Bad Santa?
No. I'm thinking of the one where you shoot your eye out, kid.
Christmas Carol. Oh yeah. I'm thinking of A Christmas Carol. That's the racist.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I guess that Christmas Story was a little racist because they went to that Chinese restaurant and because the dogs like destroyed the turkey or something. I can't remember.
You're laughing. That's weird, but I was offended.
It was a comedy. I don't know. Okay, no, I do want to talk about True.
Wait, real quick before we go on to True USD.
Yes.
You guys remember that stop motion animation shit, Mr. Snow Blister, and
Is it a Christmas thing?
Mr. Snow Blister? No. I
No,
remember
I remember
Rudolph
the
the Red-Nosed
Island
Reindeer.
of the
it was
Misfits.
like, I'm Mr. Sun Blister, and then there's another guy who's like a Yeti, and he was like, I'm Mr. Snow Pedophile or something. I don't know.
Oh, damn! I didn't see the pedophile thing coming.
All those shows are little.
No, I don't remember that show at all.
If you ever watch Never Ending Story, check out Falcor again. He is like super sketchy creep.
Oh yeah,
What?
no. He speaking of pedophiles for sure.
What,
Watch it
Falcor?
closely.
Falcor, yeah.
He's a little creepy.
Yeah, he's a little touchy
giggle.
feely.
He is touchy feely. He gives these weird giggles sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't he like a monster thing?
There's a dog thing.
So I don't know if that-
He's your average, flying dog thing.
Yeah.
Your
It likes
daily
little boys.
Have you guys heard a Never Ending Story? The song is the Never Ending Story theme song, but they did it in like a
story.
yeah, that one. Yes, that one. But they did it in like they did it like it was good though, and then they also did it.
Are you saying that one wasn't good, sir? Because
it was like that. No, I like that. I like that. That was good. But it's like the punk version, I guess, or it's like a faster version of it, and it's like
a
it's
techno
good.
kind of thing. I was gonna say,
This
I
is
bet there's
before techno.
there's some pretty cool like chill like EDM remixes of it and
chill
stuff.
step.
Yeah, is that a thing? Chill step?
Oh yeah, dude, is chill step a thing? What?
That's cool. That's what I've been looking for.
Dude,
I've been looking for
dude,
the
chill step.
genre. I've been looking
Yeah,
for
it's
the
called
name
chill
of the
step.
genre that I'm looking.
Listen to the genre talk radio. So, I don't know any of these.
I pretty much exclusively listen to audiobooks or talk radio, but when I'm like studying or trying to focus, yeah, chill step.
Lo-fi. I've been listening to a lot of lo-fi. Like if I'm reading or something like that, it's just like really chill beats. No vocals or anything like that.
I don't listen to
that's how
anything
chill
when I
step.
read because I'm reading. I
Well,
like to have the
not listening
TV on
to
and the radio in the living room. at
Yeah,
the
but
same
dude, I'm
time.
ADD as fuck. So
How are you listening to the radio and watching a movie? I like to party, man.
Well, studies have shown that classical music while reading helps with retention rates. So classical music, for example, is something good to put on when you're reading because you're
Have
not
you ever
focusing.
been watching a movie and then pulled out your phone and then started like reading Twitter or like literally like got on
Oh, yeah.
ended up on YouTube and you're like watching a
Watching
movie, but
two
you're also
things?
watching a video on your
Yep.
phone
Totally.
No,
and you're talking to the person next to you on the couch.
Yep.
you're not watching the movie then.
See, with me, I have this bad tendency. Is like an idea will pop into my head, and I'll just go straight to like I want to know more about it, even though I'm already focused on something else, like a movie, and then I'll just learn more about it like right there, and I'll
Right,
just find
which is
myself like, oh, holy shit, I've been reading this
helps
article
me.
for like an hour. What movie were we watching?
Yeah.
And then I look up and I'm in the movie theater,
Laser focus.
and I've been watching a
I'm like,
YouTube video
Hey
for
guys,
30
I'm
minutes.
the person that's like, hey guys, the movie's on. Are y'all gonna watch this? Are y'all gonna fly out your phones?
Yeah, the world needs people like you to keep us focused.
Yeah.
All right, so True USD.
Focus.
I do want to like.
Focused on True USD.
There's a lot of differences that I like about True USD as compared to Tether, because I mean everybody's going to compare it to Tether. So when we're talking stable coins,
Sure.
that's what you're going to compare it to. Stable coins, they have a very important place in the space. I think there's a definite need for them.
Give me
especially-
the argument why it's better that it's ERC20.
Oh, I don't think that makes it better. I was just saying that's a difference. I think what makes it better are a few things. For one, the way they do the one for one problem is that when you buy their True USD, what's their ticker? I don't know. TUSD, I think. When you buy that, it mints one coin for every dollar. So you buy one True USD for $1, and it creates that coin then.
And does it burn?
Yes. And so when you cash it back out for USD or whatever crypto what you're cashing out to, it burns that. So that's how they guarantee that it's always one true USD for $1, one USD. And then
So what is it? I don't understand the banks then.
Okay, so how they separate themselves from Tether is, okay, so Tether supposedly has a bank account with all this USD that's equal to the Tether, right? So what are they up to now? 2 billion, 2.5 billion, something like that. So supposedly they have $2.5 billion in the bank account.
Oh my God. I bet at Tether with all those single dollars, they're like fucking Scrooge McDuck.
I know they're swimming in
a
like diving board that goes off into like coins, gold coins and no, they have to be no wait, they can't
like
be
a
gold
suit
coins.
and top hat with no pants.
Pirate coins.
So how they do it
what I'm talking about.
in Tether is
welcome back.
Grr.
How they do it differently than Tether is so instead of them holding the money, they will never hold any of it. They state like they'll never hold any of the money that is tied to the true USD. How they do it is they have a bunch of banks set up, which that's the sketchy part, was we don't know who these companies are that they're going through, but they basically place it into a trust in these companies and into an escrow account. And then when you cash it out, it comes to the escrow and then back to your wallet. So basically,
but if you
from what I gather,
audit the escrow account, that's
what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
But if they're not even claiming to have one-to-one,
they're claiming that the coins are created one-to-one. So that means like at any audit, if there are 2.345 billion true USD coins, there should be $2.345 billion in their escrow accounts.
Oh, so it is okay. So it is one-to-one.
Supposedly, I mean that's the whole argument. So from what I could understand, this is how it works. So you buy the USD, they pass that order over to the escrow account. The escrow account creates a smart contract that links that creates a minted coin and links it to that US dollar that was deposited from your bank account. Then when you're ready to sell it for cash, you sell it, goes to the escrow account, they close out the smart contract, then it goes straight into your bank account.
And then it burns the coin.
Yeah, which is part of the smart contract.
Here's my thing.
Tell me what your thing is, P.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah, well,
what does that mean?
And this is why.
I'm very
so who gives a shit? Why would you have Tether or True USD? Why would you even have
for trading?
Well, I got to hear this argument here.
This is the only reason I see having a stable coin. If you're a trader, they're very beneficial for traders. If you're gonna invest in something and pull it out, why risk it? Why even take the minimal risk? Why not just pull it back out into the dollar?
I think it's the fees.
Well, if you're going to pull it out, you're done. If you're trading, you do it. But if you're investing and you're going to take your profits and you're not going to reinvest, then why not just take your money out?
No, you're totally right. I think that stable coins, 99% of their users should be traders. Because otherwise, why would you keep it in a stable?
It's all risk, no reward.
Why would you put it in a stable coin unless?
Well, yeah, but going back into the dollar can take a long time, can it? I've always kept all my money in crypto. Every USD I've put it, so I've never actually taken any money out of it ever. So, but my thing was always, I never wanted to take any money out of crypto because I always thought that when you cash out of so I'm exchanging my Ethereum for USD, real USD cash. That process to actually go through a bank, especially if it's a large amount,
it's 3 to 5 business days.
It's going to take a long time. Yeah, but if I move it into USDT, it's instant. I just move it right over into USDT.
but okay, so yeah, I've definitely taken out cash, but how it works is once you say click sell, it sells it at that price. Like if Ethereum fluctuates in the meantime, then it doesn't matter.
You don't actually get it for 3 to 5 days.
Because you know why? Because of the banks.
The banks.
Yeah. So the
Well,
banks have to clear it.
here's
But
the thing, though.
but I mean,
If you're
it's not that
if you're
bad, but
pulling
you
it
do
out
pay
because
fees.
it was a profit taking, you don't need to spend it. You're not looking to spend it anytime soon, so the 3 to 5 days doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you're pulling it out into USDT or TUSD or whatever, you're not looking to spend it on anything because probably 99% of what you're going to buy with it isn't going to accept either of those cryptocurrencies.
Yeah,
You know,
but what if
them accepting Bitcoin than you do of Tether or True USD, to be completely honest with you.
what if I just read about a hot investment that could never fail over the course of the last 24 hours that somebody told me the next big thing?
Then put it into a stable coin.
And
Because you're going to be taking it in and out.
Yeah.
So if you're talking long-term investment,
you just said you're going to be taking it in and out.
if you're talking long-term investment, then throw it into Bitcoin or whatever and forget about it. You're not going to, there's just really not a big reason to throw it in a stable coin unless you're going to be trading it, unless you're going to be taking it out of the stable coin and put it in the stable coin and all that stuff.
I'm becoming more of a maximalist. Day by day, I'm becoming more of a Bitcoin maximalist. Day by day, I'm just getting more and more. There's like more and more evidence in the market that because I see the argument for Bitcoin. I see it. The only negative thing.
Day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day when Jesus was.
Bitcoin mooned.
He mooned my dead away.
Moon my dead away. Okay. No, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, I've always been a Bitcoin maximalist to a certain extent, but I don't think
that's not a maximalist.
Okay, you're right. I like Bitcoin more than all the other coins. I'll say that. But
you're a bit sexual.
There's a definite use case for a lot of altcoins out there, and I don't think they're going anywhere. Bitcoin, I believe, at least for the next 20 years, is going to be the main one. But who can tell the future? Shit, next week
who knows?
Could
Bitcoin,
change.
Zenfin.
But there's a certain amount of altcoins that I think will always be around, just like Bitcoin. And to tell you the truth, I don't even know if it's any of the ones out there right now. I don't know if it's Ethereum or Cardano or Neo or Stellar or any of those. Those could all be the pets.coms.
Well, let me tell you which altcoins it might be. And that's Cashberry Coin, Arbitrage, and Ice Rock Mining.
Could be.
And those just happen to be our 3-on-3 fast break. That's right, guys. It's time for our 3-on-3 fast break, where each week we pick 3 coins from the 300 level market cap and below and make our pitch for that coin. We are going to give you an overview of the coin. We're going to talk a little bit about the price, the market cap, supply, a little bit about what it does and what potential it has for the future. I think I'm going to go first. You guys okay with that? Are you guys just dying to get your coins out?
You are not going first. Go ahead. I'll give this one to you.
All right. My time starts. No, I started like a second ago. Okay. All right. Cashberry coin, just in time for Easter. Cadbury eggs, not really Cadbury, it's Cashberry. Symbol is CBC. Currently at $1.87, and it is actually down 0.72. The reason I picked this coin is because looking at coinmarketcap.com, scrolling through the 300 list, if you look on the right hand side, you see price graph 7-day. Everybody's got the same stupid graph. It's the same goofy, terrible, downward doging. Can't even say that anymore because Doge is actually doing pretty good. But it's the same downward crap graph. and graph. And sitting at number 308 is Mr. Cashberry coin, and it is going south to north. And it's going that direction at a pretty good clip. And so I wanted to investigate a little bit more about why is it going from south to north over the last 7 days. So again, when we were talking about investing in a coin, this is not something that's over the last 24 hours. This is not a big pop. This is not, I don't know anybody that's saying this is going to be the next big thing. It's just an interesting graph. And that's the first thing that drew me to it. And of course, when you're making any investment, you want to pool together all the different possible bits of information out there, like Prater spoke about earlier, in order to make the best decision. So what is Cashberry coin? Cashberry coin is an internal transaction tool of the new generation. I don't like those big overarching proverbial goofy sentences, but let's go. We'll move on. CBC is an ideal value of transferring resource from the Cashberry ecosystem environment due to the, here it is, get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen, high-speed transactions with low fees.
No.
Yes, they broke the code.
How is that possible?
Cashberry coin ecosystem provides decentralized currency. I'm leery. I shouldn't say I hate that because I haven't been able to prove it with this specific coin. But I'm always leery.
This episode's about bad investing and like not smart investing. When you see terms like that, it should be red flags. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean like, okay, stop right here.
Decentralized currency.
It's just
it's not really decentralized. Nothing but Bitcoin is the only truly decentralized currency. If you have a CEO and you have a team, and you have the ability to manipulate the amount.
Ooh, you will not finish that thought, sir.
All right, who's next?
I'll take it.
And then you guys check out Cashberry coin. I'm not saying invest in it, but check it out. It's doing something that the other coins are not doing. And it's probably because it has high-speed transactions and low fees. Hesto?
Oh.
Your time starts now.
Okay. So my 3-on-3 this week is called Arbitrage, ticker ARB. You can find more on their website, arbitraging.co. Right now they're trading at about $1.49. They're down 15% on the day. Not that really matters because who knows when you guys are listening to this. They're brand new. Brand spanking new. They just
when they should be listening to it.
Yeah. They Arbitrage just hit the market in July, the end of July. So they've only been around for about a month and a half now. They've dropped about 50% in that time. You can only get them on Coin Exchange.
What does it do?
Okay, Arbitrage. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to like give a review of the coin.
You got 2 minutes.
That's all I need. So, if you I can't go into the explanation, but everybody should know what arbitraging is. If you don't, just Google it. What arbitrage is?
It's a huge bird.
Yeah. Google it.
Albatross.
Oh.
So basically what arbitrage coin does is it invests in a specific coin at a specific price and then sells it on a different exchange for a higher price using bots. So a lot of people do this in the cryptocurrency space. They buy something on Binance, they sell it on Bittrex if it's higher. This does it automatically using bots and and smart contracts, and they only initiate the investment if it's for a profit. So the bot will not work unless you're making money on the deal. It actually doesn't sound like that bad of an idea, but it also doesn't really seem like they have the technicals in place to make it perform successfully. They got a lot of good stats and calculators on their website that make it look like you're going to just triple your profit in 30 days. Like, that's literally what it told me. but that doesn't convince me. I don't see the technicals on their white paper that's going to make it where it's just it's always successful. They're in their mission statement. It literally says it will never take a loss. You will never take a loss with it. That right there, that's red flags. I didn't want to get into the technicals in 3 minutes, but
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I think, that's crazy. That's all these coins are like AI has taken over so much that using bots is like, you remember that game that you used to play as a kid where you just say like in bed after everything?
Yeah. As a kid, I still play that. Fortune cookies. Anytime I see a fortune cookie, I add in bed.
Exactly. That's what it was. It was fortune. Yeah. So that now it's like using bots. You just add that to everything. This is a world changing cryptocurrency with high speed transactions and low fees using bots. That's all I got. Prater, you're up. Time starts now.
All right. My
Using
3 on
bots.
3 this week has nothing to do with bots and everything to do with
Yet.
Russian cold storage mining mountains. So my coin this week is Ice Rock Mining. They've got a market cap of 4.2 million. I don't know where you can get it at. It's currently
Siberia.
like 25 cents. Yeah, they don't have, I don't see any information on how many coins there are, but it looks like they're not even really done with their ICO yet. It looks like that like is in the process of wrapping up. But I picked it because I remember seeing a YouTube video, a commercial about it. And I thought it was somewhat interesting that they're using this old, basically frozen mountain to mine, and then with your investment in their tokens or coins, you're basically just buying a portion of their mining rig.
Yeah, like
Did they mention
most mining pool services, right? Genesis
Yeah, except
mining,
for they own all the mining. So like NiceHash, they lease it out.
like Bitmain
Sure.
or Genesis mining.
Did they mention what happens when all these mining operations melt all the polar ice caps and the sea levels rise? I bet they didn't think of that shit, did they?
Said that you'll take your 200% year-over-year profits to your private island that used to be in the Antarctic but is now in a tropical climate.
They say build a house on stilts, motherfucker.
They did not say that. I just looked for the record. But if you did get 200% profits, you potentially could do that.
Yeah, it'd be worth like
I don't
10,000 rubles.
It's an interesting concept. They got some cool shirts on their website.
That's what it's really all about.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably watch it. I don't know that it's down 30% in the last 24 hours. So that's not.
So it's a bargain.
Yeah, it's on sale.
Listen, what did Warren Buffett say? When nobody's greedy, buy that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody's greedy right now.
icerockmining.io. Check it out.
Check it out. Or don't.
Check it out.
Yeah, do what you want.
This is not investing advice. Or is it? You guys got any more? You guys got any anything else for the fans, for the peeps?
Not this week.
All right, guys. I am on the hunt right now. In the process, I've been communicating with who I assume is Jim Harris on Twitter, and he's going to try to hook us up with one of his colleagues to talk to us about AI and crypto. So that's going to be a cool interview. We don't know who it is yet, but we're hoping to figure it out. Oh, I hope it's Sophia, because I want to ask her why she's playing
awkward between her and Heston after that last episode.
Oh, it's not going to be awkward at all. It's going to be very lovely, sensual.
That's how, when I think of Sophia, I think of sensuality. Is that a word?
Me too. I mean, have you seen those eyes?
Yes. Have you seen her without her skin on?
That's my fetish, man. Skinless chicks.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the first signs of like a psychopath.
What's the lotion on its skin?
Just any women out there, this is gonna show up in a court record someday. For they're like, there he was at age 33, talking about skin and chicks. So
guilty.
This podcast is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Nothing on this podcast can be used in a court of law.
I don't think that's how it works.
I just said it, so it's truth now. It's on the internet.
Podcast confidentiality.
The Bitcoin backstabber stabs you in the back and takes your skin. Sensually. All right, guys. I think that about wraps things up for this episode of the D. Be sure to tune in next week where hopefully we have that interview. And then if we don't, we'll find another episode with something cool, and we'll just hang out, and we'll do the crypto thing, and we'll chat, and we'll grow, and you guys send us more comments, and we'll address them, and we'll start addressing them on the show. So check us out. Be sure to send your comments at DTalk Podcast on Twitter and Facebook, and Decentralized Talk at iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, MusicCoin, anywhere you can find dope shit on the internet. We're there. Links to the website in the description below. Stay decent, cryptos.